Hi men, this is Brian Doyle with Iron Sharpens Iron. I'm here in our office and we're going to talk through some men's ministry tips, how you mobilize the men in your church to an off-site event. And the reason we're going to do tips is because this typically is not a strong area of church ministry, how you mobilize men in general. We're going to have a series of 6 tips. Today we're doing tip number 1. This is hopefully for you, you're thinking about the Iron Sharpens Iron conference. Should we be getting our guys to go this? How big of a deal is? And how would we get our guys to go off-site to a one-day men's conference like Iron Sharpens Iron? Well, we want to start with just a simple fact that we've got tools we want to put in your hands. We call it a conference packet. It's filled with a number of different things. I'm going to give you a quick intro. It's got things like this, which is a conference game plan. This is a game plan. A little bit of what we're doing today is a game plan, how you mobilize men to the conference, how you maximize the conference experience, and then what you do after the conference. That's part of the conference game plan. We've got different tools. Remember, men need multiple touches, cards that you can put in front of men, maybe in the bulletin or do a quick mail-in. We might have done a mail-in to some of your men. We've got posters. You put these up in strategic locations. You know what I mean by that, strategic locations for men. We've got brochures. We put little things in front of you, maybe like a registration form so you can sign up men. We talk about how to register men, and a lot of these things are going to come to you in a very simple priority mail packet. Okay, so let's talk about tip number 1. Remember, there's 6 of these tips that we're going to go through, 1 per week for the next half dozen weeks. Where I'd like to start though is to make sure that you understand from the very beginning that the fact that you're inviting men to a Christ-centered, disciple-making, equipping conference that will build into them and help them be the men that they want to be, doesn't mean that they're all of a sudden going to be so excited about it and sign up immediately. That rarely happens. Rarely happens in my church. Rarely happens anywhere. Be patient. Men are different. Most men don't have a strong felt need for this conference that you're offering them. Yes, I believe they have a real need for it, but not a strong felt need, and that's really what counts. Now, why? Because they've got a lot going on, and the idea of gathering with other men, although is somewhat interesting and attractive to them, isn't on the top of their list. They've got other things on the top of their list. Can I give you an example? Here I am. I'm married. I have 5 children. I run an organization. I have a house, a couple cars. Got some extended family responsibilities. I'm an elder in my local church. So when you come up to me and say, "Hey Brian, there's a men's conference coming up in about 2 months. It's on a Saturday. It looks great. Look at this brochure." And you're enthusiastic, as you should be. You want to be. But don't expect me to match your enthusiasm. First of all, I'm just hearing about it. And second of all, I'm running it through my grid of all the things I'm already responsible for with the most important people in my life. My wife, what's she doing that day? What will she think about me after working all week going to a Saturday event? My kids, I got 5 kids. I'm guessing they have something going on Saturday. That means I'm going to miss it. Should I be missing that? I have a home I need to care for, a couple of cars, I've got extended family, I've got an organization I'm running, a real job, and I'm serving in my local church. I might even have something already thinking about for that day for the local church. So be patient. Men are different. Start off with some significant touches. Be enthusiastic without pressuring a guy, but realize that you're going to be hitting that guy a couple different times, different ways, personal touches, platform time, which we'll talk about soon, and email. You don't need a decision on your first invite, okay? So, again, be patient. Men are different. They're probably not going to respond. 80% of the men are probably not going to respond initially to your first enthusiastic response. Okay, that's men's ministry tip number 1. We're going to be going through this. Next week you'll get another one. It'll be a serious event, and together we'll learn how we mobilize the men of our church to an off-site event. See you next week.